What's going on, Birdland? Baltimore Bob's here, and our Baltimore Orioles just beat the Minnesota Twins 6-2 by taking a huge deuce in Minnesota. Deuce, I mean, like in the second inning, they scored all their hits and all their runs. Get your minds out of the gutter. Come hang out with me and let's talk about it. Let's go O's! What's going on, Birdland? Baltimore Bob's here. Welcome to the Baltimore Bob's YouTube channel where we discuss all things Baltimore Orioles. If you're from Baltimore, if you're from Maryland, if you got family from Baltimore, if you got family from Maryland, please like, share, and subscribe to this content. And make sure that you hit that notification bell. It's going to notify you every time that I make a new video, which is obviously every day that our Baltimore Orioles play. Hey, great news, baby. The Birds beat the Minnesota Twins in Game 2 of a 3-game set, 6-2. And my, what a game it was, especially in the second inning. But we will get into that later. So, the Baltimore Orioles with the W today, they moved to 53-35, putting them 2.5 games behind the Tampa Bay Rays for first place in the AL East. The Rays have not played yet, but they play the Atlanta Braves, and they're being on a 6-game losing streak. So hopefully the Braves can take care of business and put Baltimore that much closer to that first place spot. But let's get into the ball game. So it was a 1-inning show on the offensive side, but it was enough to get the job done. Tyler Wells takes the hill. He pitches a fantastic game like he's been doing all season. He goes 6 innings, gives up 6 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. Only gives up 2 walks and 4 Ks on 82 pitches, bringing his ERA for the year down to 3.18. Baker comes in, gives us 2 innings of pitching, 2 hits, 1 walk, 3 Ks, bringing his ERA down to 3.68. And Danny Coulombe comes and closes it out, only giving up a hit and no earned runs to finalize the box score for the Minnesota Twins. Final box score for the Twins is 2 runs on 9 hits, 0 errors. Baltimore had 6 runs on 6 hits and 0 errors, and it all came in the second inning. Baltimore hitting for the day. Gunnar Henderson goes 1 for 4 with a ribby. Adley Rutschman went 0 for and struck out actually 3 times. Anthony Santander went 1 for 4 with a ribby and struck out once. O'Hearn went 1 for 4 with a run. Austin Hayes went 1 for 3 with a walk. Hicks went 1 for 3 with a walk. Cowser went 0 for with a ribby and a walk. Ramon Urias went 0 for with a ribby and a walk. And Adam Frazier went 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs, closing out Baltimore's line for the day. Tyler Wells gets the W, moving to 7-4. And Gray gets the loss with that atrocious second inning, moving to 4-3. And they really did rough him up in that second inning. I think he threw like 35 pitches. So he really labored to get out of that. And I thought he was going to be done, but he battled and ended up pitching 6 total innings, giving up 6 runs, all of them earned. So let's talk about that second inning. Let's talk about that second inning, because that second inning was huge. So Gray comes out. Birds don't do anything in the top of the first, come back out. Top of the second, still 0-0. O'Hearn leads it off by singling to right. What does Hayes do right behind him? He singles to left. Runners on first and second. Hicks singles to right. Hayes to second. O'Hearn to third. Bases are juiced with nobody out. Cowser walks in, getting an RBI, tying the score 1-1. Then Ramon works the count, and he walks as well, making it 2-1. This is where you really start to see Gray losing that control, and it led to a super big inning. The next batter after Ramon, Frazier, singles to left, scoring 2. Cowser and Hicks, and Urias moves up to second, and then Henderson singles through the hole to left right after him, scoring another one. Rutschman had one of his Ks after that, and then Santander singled to right, moving Frazier scored and Henderson to third before O'Hearn mashes a ball right to the first baseman to end the inning. But that was the damage that was done. 6 runs, all of them in the second inning, and that is all Baltimore would need for the W offensively. So once again, Baltimore 6-2, moving to 53-35 on the year, 2.5 games behind Tampa Bay for first place in the AL East, sets up the final game between the Baltimore Orioles and the Minnesota Twins. First pitch tomorrow at 2:10. Kyle Gibson is on the mound. He's going to be taking on Joe Ryan, who the Birds did not see in that 3-game set in Baltimore approximately a week ago. Now, Kyle Gibson has been struggling lately. He's had a couple of real bad outings, and he'll be looking for a bounce back before the All-Star break. So it'll be interesting to see how Kyle Gibson pitches and gives Baltimore that opportunity to sweep the Minnesota Twins before the All-Star break. It'd be huge. That would be absolutely huge to take the last 2 in New York and then sweep Minnesota before the break. So once again, Kyle Gibson on the hill, Joe Ryan, and the Baltimore Orioles and Minnesota Twins will face off at 2:10 tomorrow. I don't know about you, but I have been extremely excited to watch the Birds play, especially that of late. And you'll notice basically what seems to happen almost every other game anymore is they score a ton of runs in like 1 or 2 innings. They had a 7 spot against the Yankees back in Yankee Stadium to start this whole kind of winning streak. They followed up with a 5 spot. Today they put a crooked number in there with a 6 in the second, and they hold on for the W. When they pour it on, they stinking pour it on. And you got to love that about the Orioles offense. So 2:10 tomorrow. We'll see if the Birds can sweep the Twins. Be a great way to go into the break. Hey, once again, like, share, subscribe. Fam, let's grow this thing together. Let's represent Baltimore. Let's represent Birdland. Be proud to be an Oriole. And let's show the rest of the league just what a great fan base we have. Go Birds.